Would you date, kind of related to our last question, would you date a police officer?
No, fuck the pigs.
No.
Jesus. Why the, and I ask this out of curiosity, why the dislike for police?
Because the institution they support is inherently racist and profiles Black and brown Americans especially, throws them into jail, which is a continuation of the slave trade, essentially. People are working in prisons for less than minimum wage, making pennies and dimes, and it's unfair, and that's what you contribute to if you're a cop.
First of all, if he jumps across that table and slaps the shit out of you, the first thing you're going to do is call the cops.
I'm just not for it. Not for the killings or for the jailings.
So I guess...
Criminals kill more people than police. Stop it. So you want, okay, you know what? Let's let all the rapists, all the killers, all of them out. Let them out. And I hope they come find your ass. Then you'll be thankful for the police for locking them the fuck up. God damn.
My question to you is, I disagree with you on...
Yeah, I bet you do, white boy.
Who the fuck you think you talking to?
You got, bro, look, I don't know if she's I guess she's biracial or whatever. As a black man, I would not feel offended if you jumped across that table and slapped the shit out of her.
That's a bit racist.
Oh my God, no, you're one of those.
Bitch, you're one of those. What are you talking about?
I mean...
He is white.
How can you be racist against... And I'm also half white, so like, how can I be racist against you?
It doesn't matter. You're still considered... I mean, you may be biracial, but you can't say shit like that, man. Just because your mom's white or your dad's white or something like that doesn't mean you don't get a pass to say racist shit to another group of people. You're not white. You're not a 100% white person. You can be biracial, that's fine. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you don't say racist shit. You don't identify people by their race and say derogatory things to people. And oh my God. Do that shit in another country. Do that shit in Eastern Europe. Go to Russia and say that. Go to Latin America. Go to Brazil and say that shit and watch what happens.
It's not like you ever have to experience any type of persecution because of your race.
You're doing it now, bitch.
You're not going to be profiled.
But what if he said that towards
But
you?
so you don't...
Because, well, the
you don't...
thing
Hold on. You don't think you can be racist towards someone who's white?
No, I don't.
You just were. You just said it, you stupid idiot.
Because you've never experienced racism in history.
White people haven't experienced racism.
One of the experiences.
What's your definition of racism?
I'd say basically like the persecution in any type of way that leads to the downfall of just like someone's life. Like, it's always going to affect my life. I can't take off my skin color. As a black woman, like, you ask me why he can't say that to me, and I can tell you because my race will forever affect me. A cop can see me and profile me in the stereotypes of a black woman, that I'm fast, that I've been over-sexualized all my life just for my skin color.
Bitch, oh my God, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. What the hell is wrong with you? This is what happens when you let your kids grow up on social media. This little girl, she's probably 21. She's had a tablet and a cell phone her entire life. And she's been on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube getting her head filled up with all this bullshit. You're not a victim. Stop playing. That's the problem. That's the problem with these young people now. These Zennials. It's like, who's the most woke? Who's the biggest victim? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? If anything, y'all sexualizing yourselves. Y'all the ones who's owns OnlyFans now. That's all y'all do. Body positivity. Let me take my clothes off. It's female liberation. I've been sexualized my whole life. Why are you acting like a fucking victim?
It's not unfair, but these prejudices, I don't know how to say the plural.
I know you don't know how to say it because you just regurgitating something you heard on the internet.
That word, but they do exist, and those same prejudices that exist against me don't exist against you, Brian. And that's why you can't be racist against a white person. So I'm sorry if you feel offended, but you are white, and me calling you white boy isn't exactly racist.
It's a derogatory term, okay? Yes, black people use it loosely, but if the shoe was on the other foot, if a white person said black girl, you'd be offended just for calling you black girl, black boy. Black people would be up in arms if a white person called you black boy or black girl.
I mean, you are addressing me by my skin color. It is a bit. I consider
your
it
skin color will never lead to the, premature murder of yourself.
Yes, it could, and it does happen. White people get profiled too. I mean, yes, you can fill your head up with all this shit on social media, and when you watch a white cop being racist towards a black person or some shit like that, but that's not the norm. Most cops are actually nice people. Honestly, I see police nowadays taking more heat for no reason. Good cops being called pigs and shit for no reason, just like this little girl. Leave police the hell alone. Police are not worried about you. Stop committing crimes. Then you won't go to jail. It's that simple. See, you need to be put in a situation where you need a cop. Okay? Somebody needs to slap the shit out of you, and then you need to be calling the police.
Like, I don't know, like, no one's ever gonna feel like, oh, this person's white, so they're a threat. This person's white, so they're lesser than...
I would actually point out one thing to you, because we were discussing police. Me as a white man, I'm the only male at this table here. There are more white men killed by police officers than women of any race combined.
I mean, then why aren't you mad? Why don't you hate police too?
Because we need police, bitch. Shut up.
Because I realize that police are a necessary function of society. Without police, it would be chaos. Now, hold on, let me finish.
It's a spectrum.
I think that there are some things that are wrong with the way policing is done, but certainly as a society, law enforcement is needed. Do police fuck up? Is there police? Hold on.
It's set up
let me
against black
finish.
people.
Hold on.
No, it's not. Stop committing the most crimes and you will have less interactions with police. Are there some racist police? Yes. But it's not the norm. It's not most cops. Damn. I hate that stupid narrative, man. Man, police need to get the same respect people in the military get. People in the military are overseas. Okay, we don't really have that many wars and stuff now, and Americans aren't really fighting that many wars these days. However, police are right in the States, coming and rescue your ass because you don't have a husband protecting your ass. So the first thing you want to do is call the cops when something go wrong. When someone breaks in your house, you don't have a man there. The first line of protection is to protect you. No, you want to call the cops. No, I think we need to matter of fact, we need to let more criminals out and they need to go see her. And then we'll see how you feel about this whole victim narrative about people in jail. Are there some innocent people in jail? Yes. Are those people being wrongfully detained? Yes. But it's not the norm. Most people in jail did something.
Let me finish. Is there police brutality? Absolutely. Is there police misconduct? Absolutely. Should this be punished? Absolutely. But society, we need police officers.
I mean, I think that's really easy to say as you, once again, I'll reiterate, a white person. And again, that's not to be racist.
But black women
Here's
black
the thing.
people want police officers too. But I think we need police officers.
I'm not insinuating violence, but I'm just saying, let's say he slaps her right now. I want to see what's her first reaction. I want to know, how do you feel now? What do you want to do? You want to press charges? You're going to go downtown and take a warrant out on me? Call the police to come save you?
Anyways, if this is too sensitive of a subject, we can certainly move on, but...
I would like to say something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I have, like, my mom's mom.
I'm sorry, I hate to say this, man, but these girls on this podcast are actually fine as hell. However, some of them most of them seem like cuckoo. Like, I couldn't... Fine as hell. Don't marry women, okay? Don't marry women these days, okay? These women are fucking crazy. Smash, but get the hell out of there.
My grandma is a police officer, and I would always question, like, why, she's a black woman, like, why would she be caught? But her and I had a discussion saying that I think that even though not all cops are in the right sometimes, I do think that all cops need more training, more education on, like, how to handle certain situations.
There's no education to save them, to stop them from how to handle your stupid ass. Okay? If anybody needs training, it's really the public. The public needs to learn you don't try to fight and argue with the police officer in the middle of what you don't know what's going on. Just follow the orders. If you get disrespected, if your feelings get hurt, if they put their hands on you the wrong way, go file complaints, get a lawyer, and go get a bag. We live in a country where you get paid. I've seen a guy get, I think it was like $250,000 because the cop kicked him in the chest. There was he didn't get punched or nothing. He just really was refusing to get down on the ground. And he got kicked in the chest one time. And he got $250,000. Kick me in the damn chest. Punch me for $250,000. Okay, I'll gladly take that deal. But I'm just saying, it's impossible for any human to be able to deal with crazy ass people 100% of the time and not make a single mistake. Mistakes are going to happen, but you can't fill your head up with all the mistakes. Fill your head up with the reality, what's around you. How many cops are fucking with you? How many cops are killing your family members? People that you know.
especially because there have been so many situations that I've just seen on social media that
What did I just say?
could have been avoided if they had more training. And I do think that they're necessary, because if you
They just train your ass.
don't have them, then you're just going to have chaos. And we've seen it. I mean, 2020, we've seen some chaos. So
Just in Isla Vista alone.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good example. Yeah, like they're there for a reason, and I think they should be there for a reason. They just need to be trained.
And you never stop learning.
No, you all need to be trained. Now, I will say that yes, they do need to train the public how to interact with police officers. What this means, what that means. Cooperate. I'm not saying if you're uncooperative, you're gonna get beat up and killed, but let's not play street justice, man. There's no point. Anytime, man, I'm telling you, when I was younger, I used to argue with police. I'm talking about I always had a bad outcome. You know what I'm saying? But anytime I got older, I've gotten let go. You don't have to beg, master, please don't beat me. It ain't even that. It's just, as a man to man, look him in the eye and I'm like, okay, I was speeding. Okay, sorry. My bad. Every single time I got let go, the last 4 times I got pulled over, I actually ran a light. Last time I got pulled over, a few years ago, I ran a light. The cop let me go with a warning. Before that, I got pulled over. I think I didn't even have insurance at the time. I take it back. This was like many years ago. I was like probably 18, 19 years old, and I had no insurance. They literally let me go because I was respectable. But anytime I've argued with the police, act like you didn't do nothing wrong, damn well you was just speeding. No, you're not getting charged with a murder charge. Like, if you was speeding, okay, my bad. Oh, I need to talk to my lawyer first. No, it ain't that big a deal. What is it, $100? I don't know how much the tickets are now. Just pay the damn fine. Okay, cool. My speeding, my bad. Anytime I apologize, they literally let me go. Anytime you try to argue with them and say you didn't do anything wrong, okay, well, I'm gonna let the judge tell your stupid ass what you did, and you can pay this fine and pay court costs and all of that. Anyway, I digress.
Well, if I can just try to get at the heart of kind of what. So, do you not want police officers? I just want to understand. I'm not trying to be critical. I just want to understand where you're coming from.
Basically, like, as to my understanding, again, as a Black person in America, the institution that police officers work for, whether they know it or not, whether they themselves stand for it or not, what they're working for is constituting towards racism. It's building towards America's existing case of racism, which, like, I feel like because police are, like, supposed to protect us, like, no one wants to say it, and, like, because it's not obvious, like, no one wants to admit it, but, like, at the end of the day, that system itself has to be dismantled in order for, I don't know, society, you say you're a, what was the word you used? Well, egalitarian. That's how you pronounce it, egalitarian. Like, in order for society to be truly equal, we need to, like, take apart these systems that are inherently racist, inherently unequal, that, aid in the, I don't know how to say it, the development within certain societies, and, like, reestablish them. And I think that includes the police force. I think, like, as it exists now, the police force cannot go on, especially, like, if we wanted to actually benefit society.
Okay, let's do it. So, guys, I'm not gonna say that. Well, anybody, if something happens to her, she's not gonna call the police because that institutes racism, and she doesn't want you to go to jail because that would just insinuate more racism. Okay, so if you're Black or non-white, I guess according to her, no matter what you do to her, which I'm not insinuating doing anything, but I'm just, according to her, she's saying that if you do anything to her to harm her, she's not gonna call the police. She doesn't want to be saved. She thinks the police need to go away and people can just govern themselves.
So how do we do law enforcement without police?
I'm not a cop.
Okay, do you have family members? Do you have a mom, a dad, brothers, sisters?
Sure. Yes.
One of them gets murdered. How does that get solved? Do you want justice? Because without police officers...
The cop isn't gonna 100% solve that.
Sure.
Oh my God, he's gonna make the arrest, you stupid idiot. And then he goes before a judge. And then he goes to jail. So you don't want that, right? Okay, cool.
They might not, but
why
going
wouldn't
to...
the cop have prevented that murder?
That's a homicide. Those are...
They're not superheroes! Oh my God. Look, I'm about to cut this video. I don't know how much longer I can watch this. Like, I'm losing brain cells. That's why I can't sit and watch podcasts like that. Because when I hear so much delusion, it's like, oh my God. I just can't take it. Like, my brain... Oh my God.
Detectives.
Yeah,
We're not
talking about detectives.
Detectives are law enforcement officers.
Yeah,
I
know.
think I said police.
But they're
I think
more
I said fuck
training.
the
They're
cops.
like upper people. Homicide is a
hold-
whole different ballgame.
They are cops. They are police officers.
I think there's like
They graduate from cops to like detectives.
Yeah.
if you're on homicide.
They're law
They
enforcement
all start
officers.
as grunts.
Detectives are out in
Yeah.
squad cars and
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Listen, I want to make something clear. There's certainly cases of police misconduct, police brutality. Those things are terrible. Are there ways we can better train police officers? Absolutely. But I think police officers are fundamental to a
You're saying
functioning
that like
society.
the justice system itself isn't corrupt. Like I don't know, if someone
I don't
know,
disagree with you there.
I mean, like, what if my mom does get murdered, and then what if they get the wrong guy, and what if he gets
What if you shut the hell up? You sound crazy as hell. Like, why are you... See, people like this need therapy because they live their whole life in fear because they watch so much social media. She's probably never really had a bunch of trauma happen to her. She just paid attention to social media so much to where she's made it psychologically somehow her reality of what how the whole world works. That's really messed up.
convicted and spends the rest of his life in prison? Or what if they do get the right guy and he just gets like, what is it?
Slap on the wrist?
Executed. No, executed. I live in Missouri. I lived in Missouri. That's a state in which you can get the death penalty. I don't think that's fair justice. If someone killed my mom, I don't want them to rot in prison for the rest of their life. So no, either way, if someone's already murdered, what the fuck is a cop gonna do? Unmurder them?
You know what? You're right. If your mom gets murdered, we need to wait for that murderer to turn himself in. She's right. She's right. Let that guy turn it. He needs to have a guilty conscience, and he'll turn himself in. All murderers will turn themselves in. We'll just have prisons with no police. We'll just have a certain place. We want him to rot in jail, okay, for the rest of his life. Okay. We'll do the honesty system. If you committed a crime, you just go sit in jail. You just go check yourself in. You say, hey, I did this X amount of crimes. I think I'm supposed to do time for the rest of my life. Go ahead and lock me up the rest of my life. Throw away the key. We don't need cops. She's right.
I mean, they're going to try to they're going to investigate the crime.
They're gonna try to investigate the crime.
Murderers are caught. Murderers are caught.
Not always.
Not all the
That's
time.
why there's shows called
So
Unsolved
there's-
Mysteries.
so
Genius.
Oh my God. So the first thing you want to do is go to a TV show? Jesus. Oh my God. How does she function in society? She can't have a job. Who would hire someone like this? She'd be in HR every damn day. I don't like how he looked at me.
So there shouldn't be police officers because some cases aren't solved?
That's not what I said. That's
Yes, you did. You fucking idiot.
just your
But I'm-
argument has fallacies in it, so I'm not
What-
sure what you're saying. I said there should.
I can't. Oh my God. I'm about to lose my mind. I can't take it no more. God.